I'm Cindy Mueller, and welcome to our 2021 Spring Zoom House Concert. If you're listening to us on our live stream at YouTube, a special welcome to you. I always begin the program. This afternoon, you're going to be hearing from some of my adult students. And as I said, I always start off because sometimes we want to be sure friends and neighbors of our performers today have a chance to get to the right place. So when I play in our recitals, I always switch. I do a jazz tune and then I do a classical tune. So it's my turn to do a classical piece. And this time I'm going to play Mozart Pianist Sonata number 16 in C major, his first movement. Mozart was born in 1756 and only lived 35 years. And he must have written music most of the minutes of his life because he wrote so much for piano, orchestra, all instruments, choirs, opera. He was so prolific. During his lifetime, this piano did not exist. When he was born, it was the age of the harpsichord. The piano was invented during his time, but it was a very different piano. It was only about 4.5 octaves long. There was no steel, so it had very, very light sound. There was no pedal on the floor. You had to use your knees, so they didn't use it very much. And they actually called his piano the forte piano. So a lot of the music of Mozart's time from the keyboard has a very light sound. So you'll notice that in this piece that I play. Also, when composers decided to write a sonata is a piece of music that has different pieces within it, usually 3. The first, each of these pieces are called movements. And the first piece generally is quick or Allegro, and they have a formula for each of the movements that they more or less follow. And the recipe, the recipe for the first movement is called the Sonata Allegro form. And basically it's 3 hunks, like a hunk that is the A part, and a hunk that's a little different that is the B part. And then the A part returns. The recipe told the composers that in the A part, you should have 2 themes, 2 melodies. So Mozart was very clever. He took a major chord and he played the bottom note, the middle note, the top note. And that was the beginning of his first theme. So he plays with that a bit, and then he has his second theme because the recipe says you're supposed to have a second theme. So when it was time for the second theme, he took a major chord, and this time he reversed the order. Top note, middle note, bottom note. And that theme is... So that A section, having 2 themes, is called the exposition. And then in the B part, well, that's when they really had a great time. It's called the development. And any of the musical tidbits that the composer had in the exposition, the A section, they just went wild. Let's invert it. Let's play it upside down. Let's play it in repetition. Let's play little pieces. Let's play long pieces. Let's move it around through keys. And that's called the development. And when you hear this, we're at the beginning of Mozart's development. Then the A section comes back around. So you're going to hear those 2 themes again. Usually they put them in different keys. So you will again hear that major chord theme. That's the first theme. And then he brings it home with the second one. Major chord, bottom to top. So it's nice to kind of have a little insight into how composers thought. If you go to a symphony, you'll also, when the symphony plays the first movement of the symphony, it follows the same form. So it kind of gives you a bit of an idea of what you're listening to. It makes classical music make a little bit more sense. So thank you for listening to all that. I hope everybody's got their family connected from to YouTube. And here's Mozart's Sonata number 16 in C, the first movement. So now I'm going to introduce our first performer of the day, Miss Billie Green. And Billie is going to play a piece called Autumn Moods, written by Dennis Alexander. So, Miss Billie, you can unmute yourself. very beautiful. Thank you for playing today. Some of you who are watching us on the live stream may have an invitation that included a program. And if you did, you'll see that Lloyd Boulay was expected to play next. Lloyd it won't be playing today. He had to move apartments and he didn't have time to get his internet connected. But if you go to the YouTube channel, Lloyd sent a video and he's playing beautifully the theme from the Picard television program, which is part of Star Trek. He does a beautiful job with this, so I hope you check this same YouTube channel a little later in the afternoon, and his video will be uploaded there. So next, I'm going to introduce Nackashi. Alex is going to play Allegro by Alexander Reinigel. And Alex, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself and play
Hello?
when you're ready.
Okay. Thank you.
Great job, Alex. Thank you. Thank you so much. So there again, if you have a program, Mark Devish, who has performed many times, he is with his parents in Arkansas, and I got a text from Mark that says, our internet's not working. So I'm sorry that Mark won't play an original that he wrote, but maybe I can convince him to do an upload for us too. So I'm going to introduce our next performer. Cathy Dawson is going to be playing One from the musical A Chorus Line with music by Marvin Hamlisch. This arrangement is by Tom Gerou. So Cathy, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself.
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted. You're ready to rock. thank you. Excellent, excellent. So, our last performer this afternoon is Patti Anderson, and Patti's going to be playing her ukulele and singing "I'll Be Seeing You" by Sammy, Fain, and Irving Kahal. And this is going to be the theme song for all of us. We'll be seeing you, hopefully not in Zoom for next time. Patti, you can unmute yourself and play and sing.
Well, first, I'd like to say thank you to Cindy for making it possible for all of us to keep music in our lives during this difficult time, and mastering the technology for us to be able to have our recital today. And as she said, this song is about seeing people that we've been missing and hopefully see in person, or some we only see in our hearts. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park, across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you.
Beautiful, Patti. Just beautiful. Well, to each of you, thank you so much for performing today. All of us who perform know it's kind of a nerve-wracking event. We want to do it, and it's still, we all get butterflies. I know I do. Speaking personally, I should say. So thank you so much for choosing to bring music into the world. Thank you for those of you who tuned in today on YouTube. You will be able to see this again. It will be saved on YouTube too for you to enjoy. Again, thank you to everyone, and we hope we're soon